Donald Trump and Melania have sex is on his airplane.
This horrifying truth, once only whispered in the shadows, has now become the final and most important piece of the puzzle. It is the culmination of a decadal-long public warning, a truth that Howard Stern accidentally recorded for history.
The relationship I had with Donald was at my wedding. I remember having very warm feelings for Donald. That's why I couldn't even believe that Donald really even wanted this all to work out for him.
Fake toast was the first warning, a subtle piece of satire that would only be understood years later. For years, Howard Stern planted seeds of doubt right on national radio. He never believed in the clumsily staged love story, a performance that now, with the last pieces revealed, has left America stunned. Donald Trump is panicking because the world has finally connected the dots Stern so carefully laid out. A marriage born in the shadows of Jeffrey Epstein, sustained by cold-blooded agreements and now crumbling in public view. The origin of this marriage was not in some romantic ballroom. It was tied to a name the Trump empire wanted buried forever. A name that was absolute taboo.
I go to Mar-a-Lago to interview Trump, and I tell aides that one of the topics I'd like to discuss is Epstein. They said, if you bring that up, the interview will end.
That taboo existed to hide a leaked truth, one that explains everything from the marriage itself to Melania's chilling silence. It explains how a relationship could be valued in cash with renegotiated prenups every time a cheating scandal broke, peaking with a $50 million payout in exchange for public loyalty. Melania wasn't Cinderella finding her prince. She was an asset acquired from a dark network plucked from obscurity at the Kit Kat Club in Manhattan, a hunting ground for the ultra-wealthy. She was just one of the women Ghislaine Maxwell introduced to Trump, a pawn swept into the power games of the elite. To legitimize the deal, the system was bent. She was granted an EB-1 visa, the so-called Einstein visa, something never meant for fashion models.
You're supposed to have some sort of significant achievement, like being awarded a Nobel Peace Prize or a Pulitzer, business or athletics. Last time I checked, the First Lady had none of those accolades under her belt.
She even became a political tool forced to spread the birther conspiracy about Barack Obama's birth certificate, repeating baseless claims she probably didn't even believe.
You sort of alluded to that as well. Is that what it is to you, just locker room talk?
Yeah, it's kind of two teenage boys. Actually, they should behave better, right?
She had to live with a man who would scream at his own lawyer, get rid of it. If powerful men were treated like that, what choice did an immigrant trophy wife from a shady deal have but to comply? And that's the worldview Stern accidentally preserved for history, letting Trump freely broadcast his philosophy of life, one that explained why a young model from Eastern Europe was considered a good deal. It was a worldview where women came with an expiration date.
I've seen it. It's not
the birth certificate.
Well, it's a certificate of live birth, right, which they give. We've seen it. It's not the same as yours.
Stern let the entire world hear it. He provided proof of a twisted mindset. One that didn't just demean women, but was so warped it turned even his own daughter into an object of commentary.
30's like a perfect age.
Absolutely, she has enough life experience.
I thought she's 35.
Too much life experience.
What is it at 35, Howard? It's called checkout time.
Stern even revealed an unaired 2003 segment where Trump laughed and described walking into a room while teenage Ivanka was changing. Even Ivanka, the direct victim, got pulled into the spin, cleaning up after her father with a clumsy performance.
By the way, your daughter, she's beautiful. Can I say this? A piece of ass. Yeah.
And when the Epstein bomb went off, dragging the truth about his marriage into the light, Trump lost it.
I'm sure he didn't remember this conversation, but was very embarrassed by it. He recognizes it was crude language. He was embarrassed that he'd said those things, and he apologized. So it was a bit jarring for me to hear.
He didn't argue the facts. He attacked the messenger. He played the same old card to silence warnings, using a well-rehearsed political tactic to neutralize any criticism.
This must have gotten Trump all charged up, because at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, technically Sunday morning, he starts tweeting out, Howard Stern is a broken loser, jerk-off, not loyal.
This way, every criticism about morals, behavior, or Thai's sex offender was dismissed as woke, a desperate attempt to keep Americans from looking at the truth. And perhaps Stern's harshest, most brutal warning wasn't aimed at Trump or Melania at all. It was aimed at the Americans who ignored all the signs, the ones who worshipped a man who openly despised them.
Well, I watch, I know some of them, and like Howard, I was on Howard Stern's show as much as anybody, and he went woke.
Yeah.
And since he's gone woke, his ratings have gone down.
Stern didn't attack. He simply reflected the man's own publicly broadcast words. He showed America exactly who this man was, and they refused to listen, handing him ultimate power. Now, with the show over and only silence remaining, the American people are left to face this bitter truth.
Take a listen.
The oddity in all of this is the people Trump despises most love him the most. Go look at Mar-a-Lago, see if there's any people that look like you. The Trump voter who, idolizes the guy. He despises you. I don't hate Donald. Donald's doing his thing.